Good morning and happy Wednesday, West Michigan. We are one day before Christmas Eve.
I know.
Those shopping days are whittling down quickly.
They are. The time is a-ticking, and I can't believe how fast this week has gone, Laura. Does it seem that way to you, too?
It does. It's just flying, and I think a lot of people, if they work this week, this will be their Friday.
Yeah. I could even, when I was pulling into the building this morning in the station, it's kind of empty this morning.
Slimmer and slimmer.
Each day, and I think tomorrow when we come to see the show, we're going to pretty much have a lot of the building to ourselves. Of course, the news department's always working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because news never stops. It's kind of like hospitals, police departments, everything like that.
So there's always a few cars, but we just get to, as it gets closer and closer to Christmas, we get to park closer to the door.
We do, yeah. We get primo parking. We are going to have a show tomorrow on Christmas Eve. However, we're not going to have a show on Friday, Christmas Day. We're going to actually be off and be able to spend some time with our families. So excited about that.
It will be very nice. Definitely a lot of people spending time with their families.
Yeah. You know, something kind of funny, I realized you get these moments where you kind of learn something about yourself. I realized last night that I think I'm obsessed with Google.
Okay, and you just realized this last night.
I just realized it because I started thinking about how many times a day I use Google, and it's more than, I don't know, it's double digits sometimes, not only to find places to get addresses and phone numbers, but also to find out information about people. It's really kind of weird. Do you use Google a lot?
All the time. It's so accessible, too.
It is.
And most information is on Google, and even if you're trying to find out exactly how accurate the information is, it's easy to find a different site and compare.
You can get a lot of information. Actually, earlier this year, you know, I had a baby, and there's a lot of information here, but my water broke one evening, and I wasn't sure. It's our first child, and so I told my husband, I'm like, I think my water broke. Google it. And so we Googled it, and we're like, okay, I think we need to go to the hospital. Google says this is probably it.
So you
it's my
go-to
go-to source
faith behind Google.
Yeah. So in thinking about Google, I Googled the top 5 Googled words for 2009. Kind of interesting. And they came up with this global list because obviously the World Wide Web is very large. And Michael Jackson, of course, he passed away this year, and so that topped the list.
And pretty much everybody knows who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
We're just looking for more information on him. So definitely can see that coming in on the top 5.
And then Facebook.
It's
a craze, and so I think a lot of people, if you're not on Facebook, you're either looking to find out more information about it or how to actually join up. So that didn't really surprise me either.
How to join and get more friends. But
yeah.
The next one is interesting.
Yeah, I looked at this and I'm like, what is this? It's 20, and this is a Spanish social networking site, which is what some people call Spanish Facebook.
Okay.
So a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the world, and so this is the 3rd most Googled word. Twitter. Also, we know what that is. If you're not on it, you're at least familiar with it.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah, I Twitter. I don't do it as much as Facebook, but I Twitter. And this one was also a little mystery to me, so I learned something. I think it's pronounced Sanalika.
I'm glad you tried that because I was just going to say, now how would you pronounce that?
Sanalika is actually this virtual world where you can go and you can play like video games, and it's all done in real time. And I guess it's a Turkish thing. And I also learned another tidbit that actually Turkey has the 3rd most Facebook users in the world. I would have never thought that.
Who has the most Facebook users?
It didn't say that, but I would think maybe the United States. I've been to Turkey. I visited Istanbul years ago, and I'm completely surprised because I wouldn't think it. I wouldn't think a lot of people would be as connected as we are here in the United States, but it was really, really interesting. So learned a little bit there about Google.
That's very interesting, and here's the irony of it is once that Googled list came up, you went and Googled what you weren't sure about.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Now you want to go figure out is the U.S. or who happens to be the highest users of Facebook, who ranks #1. Sure, we can go Google that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go find that out after this show. It's like having an encyclopedia at your fingertips. Yeah. And being in the age of information, and we both are in information careers, I think that's why I use it so much, and it's been really helpful. And, you know, some of the sites aren't super credible, but you just kind of have to take that with a grain of salt. So.
Well, and with the web being so quick, too, you're talking 30 seconds or less, you can easily find out pretty much anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You can find everything, including, like, recipes and places to go.
What
Because I
about
love
that,
food.
right? Yeah,
Recipes.
I love food too. Actually, I was thinking about, okay, the shopping is done, the wrapping is done. What about the food for the next couple of days? So last night, I did pour over my cookbook, and actually, there's a little bit of an interesting story behind this one. If you can see this, it says Laura's favorite recipes.
This looks like something that was personalized to you then.
It was when cereal just won't do. All right, cereal's like the go-to food. I always have plenty of cereal bowls
it's
and
easy.
spoons. It is easy. But actually, this was a gift from my mom about 2 years ago for Christmas. And what's inside of it is all of our favorite recipes. And she started us out with a few. So like on this page here, Greek Christmas cookies. They're like little snowballs. And then some biscotti. I love to make biscotti. Love Italian food, little Italian cookies. But then what we've done is actually gone through and added to the back of it. You can put pages in it. So blank recipes for when you carry on and find another new one that you like. I pasted a few in here that just tell you,
From magazines,
anything that you happen to come across, or if you just do a little bit of trial and error in the kitchen. So anyway, I'm actually going to be making, for dinner tomorrow, I'm going to be making some bean dip as an appetizer, and that's one of the old ones that's in my book.
I think, Laura, you've definitely shared with us something that would be the greatest holiday present that maybe if you haven't made something or bought something for someone special, this would be pretty easy to put together for someone. And that's a great idea.
Another one of those things that's made with love and totally usable. If you even go to the kitchen to cook once a week, you can always pull this out and have it with you.
What a great idea. I love it. I'm going to be working on my own book soon.
All right. Go. I want to see it when it's done.
Well, yesterday we talked about the worst Christmas present you've ever received, but how about the best one?
Yeah, the best one's always good. And, you know, I mean, you like to remember those good things.
I think all those personal things, once again, are my favorite that people have either made or given with a lot of thought or personalized to me.
And I think something else that's really nice is that, you know, I've always been fortunate enough to spend the holidays around family.
Yeah.
Which is key.
Yeah. You don't know how special it is until maybe you have a holiday where you can't spend it with your family.
Right.
So we asked our Facebook friends, and Terry Mendelson says hers was the referral picture and email post for adopting their daughter Ashlyn from Kazakhstan. She says she's a gift that keeps on giving year after year. What an angel she is, I bet.
Yeah, and here's a unique one. Tracy Fewer says she has to say that my husband got her a beautiful 24-karat gold-dipped rose. It was just something that you never would have imagined. Very cool.
Sounds neat. Tina Hopkins says the best Christmas gift that she ever received was the last one that she had with her grandmother. It was the only day her grandmother was alert to enjoy their last days with them, and then she passed away 5 days later.
Everyone has those special stories. Donna Shiver Stewart says the adoption on December 13th of 2007 of 2 wonderful little boys. Thank you all so much for sharing.
I'm just looking forward to making new memories. We're doing the first Christmas with our daughter.
Yeah.
So it'll be good memories and nice photos to have for this year. We're excited about it.
A special one for you. I know you'll have a great time.
Yeah.